Welcome to Technology for Planning, the first of a series of 4 sections devoted to various technologies to aid you in writing papers. These stages correspond to the stages found in the University of Waterloo's Assignments Planner. So now let us begin the first stage. In this module, there will be explanations for Google Calendar, Evernote, and CMAP. Feel free to skip to specific sections and ignore others if you'd like to know about only one. Google Calendar is a free calendar service provided by Google that can sync through multiple devices on multiple platforms. While Google Calendar is used by millions of people around the globe, many don't take full advantage of what it offers in a free application. Keeping an organized calendar is one of the main keys to success in school and in the workplace. Google Calendar is one of the best free applications to use for keeping schedules. First step to getting Google Calendar is creating a Google account. This gives access to the calendar and all devices signed into that account. Once you search Create a Google account, you will be prompted to fill in the sections shown by the picture on the right. Once completed, you may access the account and by extension the calendar. You can access the account via the browser or through an application on an Android or iOS device. After creating the account, you can download the application or go into Google Calendar via the browser and then fill in the calendar to your heart's content. Google Calendar is available on Windows, Mac operating systems, iOS, and Android. The main functions of Google Calendar: calendar specific, yearly calendars. This means that you can plan events ahead by months, and large events like exams will be remembered months ahead of time. Monthly calendars. By using Google Calendar to plot a monthly calendar, this allows you to fill out assignments and deadlines that might be more constant than large events. Great for keeping track of classes and essays as well. Daily calendars. Daily calendars are great on Google Calendar, as getting down to the day means you're ready to fully commit to scheduling. It's also possible to have multiple different types of calendars open at the same time, like work or school. Some other main uses include being able to sync with Google Tasks, another Google program that functions similarly to an online notepad. This works as a functioning calendar across multiple devices. It can be synced with other people's calendars, and Google Calendar is a schedule creator. How to best use Google Calendar? The absolute best way to use Google Calendar is to use it on multiple devices and pair it with other Google programs. Multiple devices allows for a schedule to follow you wherever you go, whether out on a walk or in a library. Using the calendar this way is one of the best ways to constantly stay updated and on schedule. Google Tasks and Google Keep can sync with your calendar and provide scheduled reminders about tasks and a space to write quick notes. Why does Google Calendar help with paper writing? Google Calendar can specifically help with paper writing because of its versatility and flexibility. The variety of devices it can work on, as well as its connectedness to other devices, means that you'll never stray off course when writing a paper. Multiple calendars on the same calendar app with color coding can help you manage multiple papers along with daily homework and other assignments. The ability to switch between calendars means you only ever need to use that one calendar application, as it can switch to fit as many calendars as needed without any clutter. Hello, this short video will give you a little insight of Google Calendar. The first thing to do when beginning to use Google Calendar is to create a free Google account, which gives you access to all free tools provided by Google. Once the account has been created, you can move on to the calendar. Here I am creating a sample Google account for use. After the account has been created, you'll move to the account home screen. From there, you may move on to the calendar. This is the calendar. On the bottom left-hand side, we can see already created calendars, some highlighted for current view. In the middle is the calendar view, currently set to the monthly view. It can be changed to the schedule view. On the top right-hand side, we have seen tools that can be linked to Google Calendar. The first one with the light bulb icon is called Google Keep. This is a great spot to take notes and reminders for specific things in your calendar. Here I am creating a note. Directly underneath is Google Tasks. Here I can add tasks directly to my calendar to be viewed in List View, in the Tasks view, or directly on the calendar. I can also create subtasks that give more information. Here I am creating a task called Finish PD. I'm setting a date and a time, and I'm choosing for it to be allowed to be used on the calendar. Here I am adding a subtask. I want to finish a quiz for PD, so I'm choosing to add that subtask. Now it's visible on the calendar. Clicking on a calendar day will also give you the option to create a calendar note directly. You can choose the time and day and set it to repeat on as many days as you would like, in case of repeating activities. Here I am creating an activity called Starting Reading Material for Class. I'm choosing the day, I'm choosing the time, I'm choosing so it doesn't count all day, it only goes for a certain period of time, and it repeats every day, every week on Wednesday. As you can see, it's visible every week on Wednesdays. Going back to the bottom left, here are your current calendars. I'm going to turn them off and on again to show you the ability to add or remove a cluster on your calendar. Clicking Create on the top left also gives you the ability to create individual events on the calendar. Back on the bottom left, clicking the plus next to Other Calendars gives you the option to create your own calendar for use. You can also subscribe to other people's calendars. After creating a calendar, which I'm doing right now, I'm creating it, it's called Waterloo Accessibility Calendar. I'm going to turn off all other calendars except for the created one and then create a new activity. As you can see, it is color coded to the same color as the accessibility calendar. Once this is done, you understand the basics of Google Calendar and how it can be used to help you in your daily life and while writing papers. Thank you for watching. Technology 2. Evernote. Evernote is designed to be a catch-all notebook to store information of any kind. There are many different ways to use Evernote, from brainstorming with a scratchpad, saving information from the web, storing notes, or even using it as a virtual filing cabinet. Evernote syncs well across many devices and provides a shared space for storing and retrieving information. Where and how can I get Evernote? Going to Evernote.com gives you the opportunity to create both a free account and a premium version. This gives you access to the use of Evernote via browser and the option to download a desktop app. Evernote can be found on the App Store or Google Play Store to download as a mobile application as well. The basic account is free, whereas the premium account is $9.99 a month and the business account is $14.99 a month. Each account offers various different services, such as different sizes of memory, the ability to sync on more devices, the ability to annotate PDFs, and more. Main functions of Evernote. The primary use of Evernote is a place to take notes, and it comes with a word processor in order to facilitate that process, as well as different sections, like the scratchboard and notes. Notes are created and stored in notebooks. The picture on the right shows the early stages of a note, having already been organized into a notebook. Evernote is designed to have multiple notebooks in use to properly organize the user notes into easy-to-read, separate notebooks. Evernote stores data and syncs to the cloud as well as multiple devices. It stores data in native format, no proprietary format that locks you in. It provides tagging and search tools to retrieve data. It's very useful for when you have a lot of content to store on Evernote, like research notes or class notes. Evernote provides an editor that's adequate for basic notes. For serious work, use dedicated applications, but Evernote's editor is very good for jotting down basic notes. The scratchboard is another interesting feature with Evernote and functions similarly to a virtual bulletin board. How to best use Evernote. One of the best ways to use Evernote is to use it to store a multitude of notes and clippings. Using it as a virtual 3-ring binder or as a filing cabinet is amazing, as not only will it help with writing papers and storing information for it, it will also help with organization in day-to-day life. Using the great editor, even better now in newer versions. Taking advantage of the iOS apps would function extremely well compared to competitors' apps. Using the search function is another tip to being able to use Evernote to its fullest extent. Evernote also offers a lot of integrations with other services, which is something the alternatives can't keep up with. For example, it is possible to use the iOS App Scanner Pro and set up workflows to scan notes, send to Evernote, and save to Dropbox, removing clutter on your phone and having notes directly on your computer. Why use Evernote for writing papers? It is possible to drag and drop email attachments on an Evernote icon, and this opens a new note and so much more. Evernote has been around for so long they became a standard which is supported by a lot of other developers. Evernote works both online and offline, allowing you to write notes without any distractions. Evernote can also record audio, making it helpful to transition lecture content to content that can be used to write. Evernote also provides a place that allows you to copy and paste as many documents, videos, notes, etc. All of this space allows you to directly organize your class notes in a way that you would like, the look of, or the feel of, and most of the changes that come with Evernote. There's also a starting page with widgets that can be useful to a lot of users. The great iOS apps make it even easier to find and read notes that were put onto Evernote. Finally, the search function is fantastic. Real-time search. You can search everything really quickly, limiting the amount of time wasted.
Hello, this short video will give you a little insight on Evernote. The first thing to do when beginning to use Evernote is to create an Evernote account, giving you access to all free things by Evernote. Here are some things you can do with Evernote, from syncing and organizing to document sharing. I'm going to choose the free account for this, but depending on your needs, Evernote can do a whole lot more for a fee. Here I am creating a sample account. After this, I'm going to skip forward to the workspace. You don't have to see Evernote load in. After the account has been created, you'll move to the account home screen. When launching the Evernote for the first time, there's a short introduction on basic features and text font, but we will do a bit of that visually so you understand what you're getting into before you sign up. Evernote has three main features I'm going to touch upon, and these are the Notes section, the Scratch Pad, and the Recently Captured. On the left-hand side, we see the menu. Clicking on Notebooks brings us to the variety of notebooks I have set up already. The number next to them shows how many notes are contained within each notebook. Clicking on each notebook brings up notes in alphabetical order. Evernote is organized into a series of notes and notebooks, and it is possible to organize them into stacks, which are groups of notebooks. These are great for uploading notes for each subject, and notebooks for individual assignments like papers, tests, etc. In this note, we can see some examples of Word documents and PDFs that have been dragged into the Evernote note, allowing you to directly recall them through Evernote. Right now, I'm going to drag another PDF into this note. So after we take a look at this note, I'm going to open up a new note right here, and then I'm going to drag in from my documents a PDF I already have created. Then you can search it up through Evernote anytime you want. There we go, it's been added in. On the top left is a search bar. The search function can search for notebooks, notes, web clippings, attached PDFs, and more. The search function is a fantastic use of Evernote and another reason to use Evernote in your planning stage, as Evernote can be used to plan and store research as well as course notes. Here we are searching up a sample document in the Accessibility Services notebook. Back to home, we have a short look at the Scratch Pad. The Scratch Pad is used to type very short notes and reminders that can also be converted to notes. Here I am typing a short note, and then I can convert it to a note, and now it appears inside one of our notebooks. You can also customize your home section to add more widgets like the Scratch Pad to make the section work better for you individually. Finally, the other major function of Evernote is the Recently Captured section here, and by extension the web clippings. Evernote can store images, take photos, and store documents like the ones I just put into Evernote, store and record audio, and you can even connect your email account to forward and save emails through Evernote. Evernote's web clipper functions as a Chrome extension, shown here. I have it downloaded, and I will show you an example of the Chrome extension. Here I am going to the University of Waterloo website. I'm opening up the Chrome extension, saving a clip, and once it's done, it will be viewable in Evernote. There, now we just have to view it in our browser section. Take a look at Evernote. And there it is in our first notebook. So there you have it. These are the main functions of Evernote in a very simple tutorial to get you acquainted with the basics of Evernote to help decide whether it is right for you.
Technology 3. CMAP. CMAP is a free open source software designed to create concept maps. Concept maps are graphical tools for organizing and representing knowledge. Concept maps are great for structuring ideas and knowledge, and CMAP does a great job of providing simple and effective tools for this purpose. CMAP allows users to create concept maps of their dreams with a variety of tools to design. Where and how can I get CMAP? Go to cmap.ihmc.us and go to the Products section. Under the Products and Download section, it is available for download free of charge. Choose your operating system and then you are ready to download. Once downloaded, the tools are ready to go. CMAP also provides instructions, introductions, and ideas on their website. CMAP is available for both Windows and Linux operating systems. Main functions of CMAP. To develop organized knowledge by using CMAP tools to map out the ideas and concepts you want to explore further. To help find the correct context for every situation where concept mapping is necessary, as well as situations where the proper generation of ideas is needed. To allow the development of proper flow of information when writing. To visualize concepts, explore, and explain relationships. This helps to integrate new knowledge with what you already know. How to best use CMAP. The best way to use CMAP is to stay true to the original purpose of concept mapping, which is that concept maps are graphical tools for organizing and representing knowledge. By immediately plotting down ideas and having them out in a visual way, it becomes much easier to expand upon these ideas. Using CMAP to generate ideas at the start of your paper writing process, as well as using it to keep track of the ideas you may want to use, is usually a good start when working with CMAP. Why use CMAP when writing papers? CMAP can provide a realistic plan which breaks things down into smaller, manageable sized pieces of information. Concept maps, and CMAP in particular, provide a way to comprehend things and can aid in the explanation of them. A way to memorize things will have an early outline on a paper, an example being using short notes, generated the mind map, using that stacking technique to memorize the notes from CMAP. When opening up CMAP for the first time, you will have two separate windows. One showing your empty save section and concept map storage section, and the other that is a blank canvas. In my case, I have a single saved CMAP, but I will be using the blank canvas to create my own new concept map. Usually when this opens, the windows are much smaller. I made them a lot bigger for this purpose so it's easier to see. To start creating a concept, double-click anywhere on the workspace. I'm going to create one about penguins to just give a tiny introduction to a basic concept map. I double-clicked elsewhere to create more concepts. So you double-click to be able to type. And I'm double-clicking elsewhere to create more concepts to give me a greater understanding of what penguins are. So I just put down some basic things that I think penguins may have or may not have. For instance, I can link individual concepts together and also provide ideas and phrases to show how they are linked. By going like this, we get the arrow, we drag the arrow. See this? This is a linking idea. Penguins have webbed feet. Penguins have flippers. And penguins do not have wings. Using this illustration, I can already tell that because penguins have flippers, they have webbed feet, and they do not have wings. It means that they can swim instead of fly. While this is an extremely basic concept map, the general idea can be used for far more complex ideas. In addition to the concept mapping tools, CMAP also comes with a spell checker, which is shown up here in Tools. They have an annotation section, which allows you to be used for reminders. You type any annotation. And put it anywhere you want. I'm going to put it right here. And a search function that can search other concept maps. This is just the absolute basics of CMAP, so if you're interested in learning more, download CMAP for a look or take a look at some of the wonderful learning tutorials elsewhere. Thanks for watching.